Welcome to Relax Time Radio, broadcast nightly from 7:30 to 9 p.m. on Radio Thailand, Chiang Mai.
Hey, welcome.
Good evening, welcome to the show.
You're here with me, Paul Sugars, and
DJ Nam on Relax Time Radio.
We'll be here until 9 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, 7:30 to 9 as usual, you know.
Sunday, 8th of September.
Sunday, is it the 8th of September? Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Next week it'll be my birthday.
Oh.
I'll be on the show on my birthday. It's okay. I can go and party afterwards, right?
Of course.
Right? I mean, it's good.
It's expected.
As expected, yeah. I'm not much of a birthday celebrator, actually.
Me neither. No.
I'm getting too old for this anyway, so. So
We've
yeah,
got-
today we've got a lot of music coming up. Of course, you've made a selection. I've made a selection. I hope that our listeners will also make a selection.
Yes.
Would be good if we can get your
Yeah, we'd love to
input,
get your requests,
right? Yeah,
and
requests
you
and
can
input.
send those in, as always, to our Relax Time Radio Facebook page.
yes.
We are, is it working? Yes, our
it is, I'm
Relax
sure it
Time
is.
Radio YouTube live stream.
Yes, we are streaming as well. I don't know if you can see that chat though. Can you see that chat?
I can't see the chat, not right now. I can do it. If you not,
Yeah, I don't have it. So,
okay. Yeah, I will be able to see it in a moment.
Okay, that's good.
I'll
So
sort
people
that in
can.
a
There's a live stream chat there as well. You can send a request there as well. if
And
you
we
like.
have a great topic. You thought of it. I love it. It's,
because I've always loved pets. I've
Me
always
too.
loved since I was a child. I've always loved animals and plants and everything that's natural things I love. I love wild animals. I love spiders equally to cats. You know, I think other creatures apart from humans are fascinating. Not that humans can't be fascinating.
I love all animals in nature as well. Although I'd like to love spiders more, they still scare me.
Yeah, well, they scare me a bit as well, but I have a healthy amount of respect for them. But I still think they're beautiful, even though I'm
No,
I'm
exactly.
scared of
Like there are some, animals obviously that I'd be terrified to be in front of,
Mhm.
but I can love them
gorgeous.
from a distance. Yeah,
Yes,
that's right. Appreciate
yes.
them from a distance.
So, I thought pets can ease your stress. They can help you relax. So we'll talk about that. There's two aspects
Yes.
I'd like to talk about that we are going to talk about. Is 5 ways that pets can relieve your stress, can ease your stress, and then also animal-assisted therapy, because that is something that is has been in existence for a couple of years now.
Right.
And of course, apart from the blind-sighted dogs and the helping dogs, there's also many other.
Yeah, I was reading about it. They're sort of recommending it for families who have autistic children in the family and this kind of thing. So
yes. There's comfort dogs for autistic people who have anxiety attacks, all kinds of things. I mean, there's
right.
an enormous amount of therapy, assistance therapy, animals, pets, mainly dogs, but also other animals.
And animals never complain about the wages, all the things they're asked to do.
No, if you take care of them, you love them, and dogs love you unconditionally.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that meme? There's a wonderful meme. I should find it and post it on our Facebook page for tonight. It reflects the topic of the tonight's show perfectly. There's a dog and a man sitting next to each other, staring into the distance, and you see 2 thought balloons. And the guy is thinking about work, and he's thinking about weather, he's thinking about money, he's thinking about his wife, about his kids, about his house, about his bank payments, about his loans, about all kinds of things, that are worrying him. And you see the dog's thought balloon. The only thing you see is an image of the guy sitting there with the dog, because that's at that moment
Right.
the dog's greatest joy, right? He doesn't think. It's unconditional love. He doesn't have to think about anything else, and he enjoys the moment.
Right. Hollywood's
Right.
put a lot of thought into this as well. There was like a, well, I don't know if it's, I don't even know if it's a Hollywood film, but the Simon Pegg,
Simon Pegg.
Well, he's a famous actor. He's in the Mission Impossible films and other things.
Yes.
Anyway, he made a film where he sort of turns his dog into the dog's all the dog's thoughts and desires.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I've seen
become vocalized.
I've seen that. True. I can't remember the name, but I've seen that. It's a bit of a comedy, right?
It's a comedy.
Yeah, it's a comedy. It's quite funny. Okay, good. So,
all right, let's.
why don't we go for a bit of music, and then we'll get into our topic.
Exactly.
What are we going to start with?
We're going to start with this song you found, the
Blossom Dearie?
ballad of the Shape of Things.
The Ballad of the Shape of Things. It's a bit of a funny song.
It is funny.
Listen very carefully to the lyrics if you want. You can listen to it time and time again. It's a very good exercise for non-native English speakers as well, because it'll show you the funny aspects of English language as well. And it has a very good meaning.
And the humor is a humor that Thai people will love, because
And
Thai
it's a
people
humor that Thai people love.
often bring this kind of humor. So
Yes, we have a different. It's true. Normally, culturally speaking, foreigners tend to have a different type of humor.
Right.
But this is the type of humor that Thai people will very much appreciate. I think.
Definitely.
So here we go.
Okay, all right, we'll
Here's
be back.
Blossom Dearie with the ballad of the shape of things.
That's right. We'll be back.
053 276 793 if you want to give me a call.
All right.
There it is. Completely round is the perfect pearl the oyster manufactures. Completely round is the steering wheel that leads to compound fractures. Completely round is the golden fruit that hangs in the orange tree. Yes, the circle shape is quite renowned, and sad to say it can be found in the dirty, low-down runaround my true love gave to me. Yes, my true love gave to me. Completely square is the velvet box he said my ring would be in. Completely square is the envelope he wrote farewell to me in. Completely square is the handkerchief I flourish constantly, as it dries my eyes of the tears I've shed and blows my nose till it turns bright red. For a perfect square is my true love's head. He will not marry me. No, he will not marry me. Rectangular was the hotel room my true love tried to sneak through. Rectangular was the transom over which I had to peek through. Rectangular was the hotel room I entered angrily. Now rectangular is the wooden box where lies my love neath the grazing flocks. They said he died of the chicken pox. In part I must agree. One chick too many had he. Triangular is the piece of pie I eat to ease my sorrow. Triangular is the hatchet blade I plan to hide tomorrow. Triangular the relationship that now has ceased to be. And the self-same shape is a garment thin that fastens on with a safety pin to a prize I had no wish to win. It's a lasting memory that my true love gave to me.
The leaves of brown came tumbling down, remember, in September, in the rain. The sun went out just like a dying ember that September, in the rain. To every word of love I heard you whisper, the raindrops seem to play a sweet refrain. Though spring is here, to me it's still September. Ooh, that's September, in the rain. To every word of love I heard you whisper, the raindrops seem to play a sweet refrain. Though spring is here, to me it's still September. That's September in the rain. I said that's September in the rain.
You've been listening to Relax Time Radio on Radio Thailand Chiang Mai.
Watch our live stream on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Hi, welcome back.
Welcome.
I played
I'm
the
still
rum-
laughing.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah.
That's hilarious. If you didn't get the whole, you have to listen to it. I had to listen to it several times before I got the whole gist of the thing. You know.
I'm gonna
It's really,
get my
really
wife
good.
to listen to that quite a
Yeah.
few times because she's gonna
Rectangular
love
is the
that.
bog my true love lies to rest in beneath the grazing flocks. You know, they say he died from the chicken pox. In part, I must agree. One chick too many had he.
That must imagine how funny that must have sounded at the time, like back in those like
Yeah,
wow.
absolutely. One chick too many had he. I thought it was
Yeah,
It's
she
really
was
good.
she was brave. The
She was
photo
brave.
doesn't look it. But
no.
brave.
She was brave. She was brazen even. Blossom Dearie. Yeah, absolutely. We played her Tea for Two last week. Remember?
Oh yeah, right,
Blossom.
right.
Yes.
And then there was
I'm
that
dedicated.
beautiful song "September in the Rain"
September in the Rain by Dinah
Washington.
Washington.
We've got some more Dinah Washington coming up in a moment.
Do we?
Yes,
Really?
we do. Yeah.
I thought we had only Sarah Vaughan.
Well, that's no, because I found this song "Backwater Blues."
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it's sung by a lot of different people, but she sang a version of it as well. So.
That is.
And we had a request in just
really?
while we were
That's
on the air
good.
there from my
We
friend
didn't see-
Steve.
From
and
your friend
it's
Steve. Hi, Steve.
"Knock on Wood" by Eddie Floyd.
Knock on Wood, Eddie Floyd. Okay,
So
we'll
that's
play
coming
that
up.
shortly then. Right.
Yeah.
First, I guess we go for a bit of information about pets.
Sure. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure, I'll go for it.
All
Yeah,
right.
I've got it in front of me here, so we can go for it, I guess. This is from an article which is one of the health topics, one of the health magazines, Today Health, right? So it states that a pet prescription, as to say, could solve many of your problems that are stress related, and a lot of the problems that we have are perhaps stress related, like poor digestion, not sleeping well, anxiety. It can come from stress in your life, from things that happen around you, insecurities that you might have, or you've got a terrible job, or you've got a terrible boss, and you can't really quit because you need the money. I mean,
It's up there on the top of the World Health Organization's list of terrible things. Up there with sugar,
Poor jobs,
stress, sugar,
stress and sugar.
this kind of stuff.
So, animal exposure, nature exposure can help you in general. If you say nature exposure, because you go for a walk in the forest and you can do some bird watching or pay attention to the bugs around you.
Yep.
It can already be very relaxing because you have a change of environment, and there's something about animals that makes people calm down. It's been scientifically proven. It reduces your heart rate, reduces anxiety, it brings your blood sugar levels down. I mean, there's many beneficial effects of exposure to nature. If you're not close to nature, then having a pet cat or even a hamster, or even if you're so fond of spiders, looking at your pet spider can calm people down. They've done that research and it actually works. People are fond of spiders. It's perhaps not going to work for you and I, but for other people maybe who like spiders, it might be. So relaxing, petting your cat or dog, the action of petting your cat or dog, apart from being noticeably enjoyable to them as well, can relax you as well. Petting with a purpose to increase the release of feel-good hormones, in this case oxytocin, can give you a great benefit from hand through body, by also giving your pet at the same time a very relaxing head-to-tail massage, which is good for the animal as well. They love it. It's good for bonding and releases
It's that connection with something living, isn't it?
It's the connection with something living.
and then the rhythm. You know, like one of this famous musician, Indian musician,
Mhm.
Inayat Khan. He talked about connection with nature and sort of.
Mhm.
But he was a sort of philosopher as well. So he sort of expressed his views on why it's so beneficial. And he said it's because of the natural rhythms,
vibration,
natural rhythm,
That's
basically.
linked to
You know,
what we would call
uh,
nada yoga or music.
Right. Our life, you
sound
know,
yoga.
our human society is full of less natural. You
Mhm.
might say less natural rhythms or artificial rhythms. You
Oh
know?
yes. I mean, an alarm clock is certainly not natural.
Yeah, exactly,
Nothing natural
right.
about that. Unless you want to count the neighbor's chicken who doesn't know when to crow at the right time.
And don't you think, like, you know, I've had dogs many times, and I
Mhm.
love dogs and all animals, but you can also get people who have children also say this, like young children. You
Mm.
laugh so much. I mean, when you
Yeah,
watch your
because they're-
dogs
they're
do funny,
silly, you know.
yeah, they're silly. Right.
They do crazy things.
Cat,
and then
cats will stalk a leaf or stalk something that's not really
it
there.
doesn't-
Or
yeah, I
uh,
enjoy watching my cat very much. That's a
dogs.
picture of my cat actually that I posted on.
One of my
on
favorite
Facebook.
things that dogs do is like they'll destroy their bed.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
I love watching them
Like
destroy their bed.
tear it
yeah.
apart,
Yeah.
and then go to sleep in it.
Right.
Much better, right? That's a great improvement
Yeah.
on the neat and tidy cushion that was there. No, just
Right.
tear it apart and then go to sleep in it.
Yeah.
Yes, much more fun. They can also reduce blood pressure. So, engaging animals in happy talk or speaking in an upbeat tone. So you're not crazy if you talk to your pets.
Yeah, I
Right,
mean,
it's
I've
actually
read
good.
a similar article. I don't know, we maybe read the same one.
So,
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So as you said, you know, when when happy talk or laughter around animals. So when an animal does something silly and you laugh about it, either by yourself or with your entire family, reduces blood pressure.
Right. I
as
mean, it's
well.
been found that, basically people who spend time with their pets and have pets
Yes.
go visit the doctor less for all sorts of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah.
like, for example,
Unless you're allergic. And
well, yeah, but even then, so I don't
Mm.
know about this. You know, research often contradicts other research, but they're suggesting that babies raised in families with pets
Mhm.
are less likely to develop
Oh,
allergies and
absolutely.
asthma.
Absolutely.
So-
Yeah. That's true. That's very true. Because in the first 6 months of exposure, that's all the antibodies are still
Forming, right.
fluctuating. You know, so you can adjust that there. They're therapeutic. This is something we'll talk about in a little bit more detail afterwards. But
Sure.
a friend of mine is a special ed teacher in the Netherlands, and he takes one of his 2 dogs on alternating weeks into school, and the children react tremendously well to that. These are children who have anger management issues and focusing issues, learning disabilities, ADHD, whatever, you know, that leads to their behavior being not suitable for a normal classroom. They can't keep them under control, you know. So they put them in a special ed group with fairly normal education, fairly normal level education, but just with a special treatment and different programs. And this dog, it's a little Yorkshire Terrier, an absolute star of the classroom, and everyone's always fussing about the dog, and they focus less on their own anxieties and less on their own anger, and it really dissipates. It flattens out the spikes in emotions that come, so that really helps them. Just as one example, but also in psychological treatment, getting a psychiatrist or a psychologist to talk to someone who is post-suicidal attempt, so someone who has tried to commit suicide and luckily failed doing so, can be very hard, because often they come out of this, they wake up and they come out of this extremely angry, they wanted to really die. And it's very hard to talk to these people. It's one of the hardest cases you can have as a psychiatrist or psychologist to get through. Or people who are autistic and very locked into themselves, into their own bodies, much more easily, apparently, for some reason, communicate with an animal or through an animal than they will with a human being, with another human being. So they'll actually talk to the dog and tell them their problems.
Because animal communication,
Yeah.
I see. I see. So you're saying people will actually communicate to the animals the things that they can't express to another person.
Yeah.
I suppose, like, when you're talking to another person, there's all of these questions that run through our minds. What do they think of me, and blah blah blah. And no one thinks this about animals, so it's just it just chops out a lot of this complication.
It chops out a lot of this complication. That's true. Another part of the therapeutic. That's actually said as a 4th point, but it belongs to the therapeutic side. It says that eating alongside bad company or eating by yourself may decrease your appetite. Now, in my case, that wouldn't be too bad because I'm a little bit overweight, but eating in the company of an animal may improve your eating habits. And there's applications in nursing homes where they put fish tanks or a tank with an enclosure with guinea pigs or hamsters in the dining room or within vision of the dining room, and they feed the fish at the same time as lunchtime and dinner time for the people. And the fact that they see these fish eating or that the birds are eating, it makes the elderly people who are often difficult to eat, because of dementia, because of Alzheimer.
Right.
It improves their appetite. It improves their eating habits.
Interesting, that, isn't it?
It's interesting. It's interesting to see. And it also improves relationships. So if you a good relationship with your animal friends will spill over into better relations with humans because you will become more friendly and outgoing.
Yeah, here's what I found, that dogs can be, pets, especially dogs, can be social magnets. And this has been my experience on many occasions. Many years ago when I first came to Chiang Mai, my friend who's a singer at the Riverside, he had a very small dog and he would carry it around. And when he was on stage singing, he would say, "Can you hold my dog for me? Look after my dog for me?" And I love dogs, of course.
Sure.
Standing in that bar with a small, cute dog.
You're the attraction of the whole bar.
Right, everybody. All the girls came up and started talking to me. Everybody would come up and start talking
so
to me.
Cute.
And so this has been sort of experimentally found, that basically dogs can help all sorts of different people socialize. And in fact, for example, people in wheelchairs say that it's easy. Other people will relate to them more if they have an animal, whereas people maybe are awkward around them otherwise.
Yeah. I can understand that.
I
make an effort not to be, though, but I can understand that some people are not comfortable with that.
And there are cases where people you in a park or something, where just because of our society and the way it's a little bit broken, different places around the world, people won't open a conversation with other people, but they'll open a conversation with their dog, another person's dog.
I talk to my pets all the time. I've got 5 dogs and a cat, and I talk to them all the time.
So I guess we'll continue
we'll go
this.
for a bit of music, and then we'll continue with more detailed news about therapy.
Yes.
Animal-assisted therapy, or AAT.
So, Steve, if you're still with us, here's that song for you. Knock on Wood by
Why
Eddie
would he not
Floyd.
be?
And we'll be back shortly. If anybody out there like to leave another song request, please do. You can call in 053-276-793, or you can
send it through Facebook or send it through live stream, YouTube chat.
That's right.
Relax Time Radio.
I've got the YouTube chat in front of me now.
93.25. Okay. Good. So here we go.
All right, we'll be
Here's
back.
Eddie Floyd with Knock on Wood.
sunny afternoon, and I can't sail my yacht. He's taken everything I got. All I've got's this sunny afternoon. Save me, save me, save me from this squeeze. I got a big fat mama trying to break me, and I love to live so pleasantly. Live this life of luxury, lazing on a sunny afternoon. In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime. My girlfriend's run up with my car and gone back to her ma and pa, telling tales of drunkenness and cruelty. Now I'm sitting here, sipping at my ice cool beer, blazing on the sunny afternoon. Help me, help me, help me sail away. Well, give me 2 good reasons why I ought to stay. 'Cause I love to live so pleasantly. Live this life of luxury, lazing on a sunny afternoon. In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime. Ah, save me, save me, save me from this squeeze. I got a big fat mama trying to break me, and I love to live so pleasantly. Live this life of luxury, lazing on a sunny afternoon. In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime.
You've been listening to Relax Time Radio on Radio Thailand Chiang Mai.
Watch our live stream on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Hi, welcome back to Relax Time Radio. Hope you enjoyed those 2 songs. That was the request for Steve.
Yes. And after that, the Kinks.
That's right. After that, the Kinks with In the Summertime.
In the summertime.
Or was it? No, Sunny Afternoon, actually.
Sunday
The
afternoon.
refrain of the song is In the Summertime, but I think the song is called Sunny Afternoon.
Sunday afternoon. Sunny afternoon.
Sunny Afternoon, yeah.
Sunny afternoon.
We've got another request coming up shortly.
Which one?
It's Scratch My Back by Slim Harpo. That's for Sue.
Okay, for Sue. Hi,
And lots
Sue.
more great music. And
Fantastic.
please keep those requests coming in.
Yeah, the more the merrier, right? I mean, that's good.
right.
The more the better. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more in detail about animal assisted therapy, or AAT, which is considered an alternative or complementary type of therapy that involves animals as a form of treatment, or exposure to animals as a form of treatment.
Yep.
Now, this is not just natural exposure. This is exposure to trained animals, animals that are trained to perform a specific task
Right.
or purpose. Right. Animal assisted interventions. General is a term that encompasses any interventional treatment that includes an animal in a therapeutic context, such as emotional support animals, service or assistance animals, and animal assisted activities. Friend of mine goes for emotional support to a horse farm,
All right, in Chiang Mai.
which is
No.
no, it's in Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Belgium, not in Chiang Mai. It's in Belgium, and with great benefits. She has some anxiety issues from her past, and that is it's really helping her. She says that she's tried dogs and cats. She has dogs and cats at home, and while she likes them, she's never connected with them on that level. But with horses, she really feels that she can connect and let go of her sorrow and her anxiety.
Interesting.
You know, sometimes it's finding the right way, right? People have
Right.
given enormously positive and emotional accounts of contacts with dolphins as well,
Right.
and with elephants as well. People go to elephant sanctuaries and say, "Oh my God, you know, that was so life-changing," because you feel a connection with this animal. And some people say that they can directly connect with them, and that these are very sentient beings. And traditionally in Thailand, we believe that as well, because elephants are should be very well respected. Should be very well respected. Normally they are.
I have a friend who's an artist, and he says he feels this kind of connection with trees. But he spent a lot of time painting trees and looking at them. So
With
he's
trees, yeah, I can imagine. Why not? Yeah. Dame Judi Dench has that as well. She turned her garden into a forest.
I saw a documentary.
You saw a documentary
yeah,
about that. You
yeah,
saw it
that's
as
right.
well. But she
Yeah.
loves, absolutely in love with trees.
Right.
Absolutely love with trees and champagne. That's what she says,
fair,
right?
fair enough.
Fair enough. I think she's deserved it.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely right. So there's a biophilia hypothesis. This is a bit on the research side from 1984 by Wilson, and it's based on the premise that our attachment to and interest in animals stems from the strong possibility that human survival was partly dependent on signals from animals in the environment indicating safety or threat.
Mm.
For example, if birds fly up before you've noticed any threat, then there might be something lurking around the corner.
I think this must be true, because I've just reading another study that's showing that that found that squirrels also listen to birds for these kind of warning
Yeah,
signals.
yeah.
We're all been listening. We're living in a
We
sort of
just don't
connected
necessarily.
environment, right?
We live in an ecological system, where everything is connected to one another, but we don't necessarily feel that anymore in urban settlements, or we've lost part of it. Or even if we still do, we're not aware of it anymore. We're not awake to that anymore, which is in a way sad, I think. And it's
Yeah, I
probably
think so.
damaging-
Yeah, no,
probably damaging as well.
psychologists, especially child psychologists, have identified, like what they're calling a new illness, which is like lack of I'd have to look it up. It's something like lack of connection with nature, or lack of an ability to connect with nature. So
Yeah.
there are perhaps teenagers or children who've grown up in an urban environment. When they're taken into nature, they don't know how to relate to it because they've been cut off from it
Yeah.
for so long.
And terrified of animals sometimes as well. I have a niece she's my age. She's terrified of animals. She was never raised around animals. Her dad didn't like animals, so they were never had any pets, and they lived in the city centre of Ghent in Belgium. So there never any animals around. She's terrified of anything. She's terrified of butterflies, flies, birds, cats, dogs, anything. She's terrified. And until she was 14 years old, I mean, I was always with animals and around animals. I always used to stoke fun of her, make fun of her, because whenever you asked her where did milk come from, where milk came from, she said it came out of a carton from the supermarket, because she didn't know the relation between milk and cows. She honestly didn't realize.
Well, I mean, yeah, it could.
Right, so very surprising when she was taught in school that milk, and subsequently she never drank another drop of milk in her life. She doesn't want it. Right,
That's real. That's a real phobia of animals.
That's almost a phobia, right? I mean, so there's also medical uses. That's the main part I actually want to talk about. Animals can be used in a variety of settings, such as in prisons, nursing homes, as you mentioned before, mental institutions mentioned as well, hospitals also, and in your home environment, right? Assistance dogs, for example, can assist people with many different disabilities, as they are capable of assisting certain life activities and help the individuals navigate outside of the home. Just blind aid dogs,
Yeah, and as you mentioned, dogs are often, this kind of, pet therapy is suggested for elderly people who may not have dementia and may not have mobility assistance requirements.
Just to break loneliness.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Just to break the
If they're living
loneliness.
on their
That's
own.
also, loneliness is very deprivating, and it leads to a severe speed up of development of cognitive disorders such as Alzheimer's and elderly
Right.
dementia. So not being lonely and having some compassion or something to look forward to. I've seen programs now also where they bring children from nursing school. They bring them into the nursing home, from nursing school to nursing home, to
Right.
spend an afternoon and to be together. And you see these people blossoming. You see them waking up, and the kids learn from it as well, because they learn how to deal with elderly people and be more respectful and not to be too brazen and not to be too crazy. And so that's fantastic.
Perhaps we underestimate the depth of connection that's possible to have with animals. Like, for
Mhm.
example, my wife's grandfather,
Mhm.
he had Alzheimer's, and I don't know if he demised because of it, is precise, but he had it, and it progressed to a very extreme form.
Uh-huh.
And the last creature being that he could relate to was his dog. He
Was his dog.
slowly
Yeah.
forgot the names of everybody, including his children,
But his
but
dog.
he didn't forget his dog.
Yeah, that's it. There must be the connection. Must be strong.
Right.
So there's a few treatments. I'm not going to go into all of them, but cognitive rehabilitation treatment. This is for people who are survivors of brain injury, acquired brain injury. Exposure to animals has proven that they can regain certain parts of their memory. Pediatric care, therapists rely on techniques such as monitoring a child's behavior with animals to see if the child is behaving normally, if there's concerns of normal behavior in children. Then they do an analysis through their interaction with animals. In prisons also, animal assistance programs useful to relieve stress of inmates, and as well as the workers, co-workers, people who are taking care there of the inmates. I'm sure it's not always a very nice environment to work in. It must be a very high stress environment. So that's just in general stress reduction.
Yep.
Nursing homes, we've mentioned it before, breaking the loneliness, increasing the feeding habits, eating habits of elderly people. Those things are fantastic as well, of course. And then effectiveness. So there's a lot of research that's been done in social, psychological, and physiological benefits of animal-assisted therapy, and all with very, very good results if the treatment is rather specific. So that is the major point. So you have to define what the need is and see how an animal can assist, because animals don't necessarily feel what the exact problem is. So if you
Right.
know what the problem is and you define that, and then you find a solution and you train an animal to do a certain thing or behave in a certain way, and then you can resolve a part of that issue or help in resolving a part of that issue. So that was it for today.
Okay.
Unless you have something to add to that, which you're more than
No,
welcome to.
you covered like a lot there.
Perhaps
yes,
perhaps I spoke too much.
I suppose you definitely covered it, but I think one of the things I'd just seen was that people who walk their pets are healthier. Perhaps just
Yes.
because of the exercise.
Yeah,
you know,
the
this kind of
exercise and
thing,
also
yeah.
the exposure to the outdoors and
Right.
all that. Yeah, it's a bit more active. Yeah. A healthier heart. Huh? Good.
Yeah. All right. Let's call it a wrap on the
Let's
on
call
the
it a
topic.
wrap
That
and go
was-
for some
That was
music.
pretty good. I think we covered a lot.
I think
in
we
that
covered a
short
lot
section.
of ground there. So
Yeah.
I hope you thought it was interesting. You found it interesting, and stay tuned for the music. Now we've got
Alright.
long music coming up, long play music coming up. So
Okay, so we're gonna
enjoy
start off
that.
this long play of music with a request by Sue for
Oh,
Baby,
yes, please, yeah,
Baby
don't
Scratch
forget,
My
please.
Back, Slim Harpo.
We
And
can't
then we're
forget
just
that.
going to keep playing the tunes that we've got in our playlist. Hope that you send us in some more requests.
Always
actually-
welcome. You can always
yeah.
call in as well. 053-276-793. We're both waiting and filled with anticipation.
Yes. All right, enjoy the music, and
Enjoy the
we'll
music.
be
Here's
back
Slim Harpo,
from time
Scratch
to
My
time
Back.
to say hello.
This is for you, Sue.
Just 1 second. while
Okay,
I-
well, it's coming. Sue, it's coming.
it's
on
coming.
its
It's
way.
coming.
Thank you.
know where to scratch. Come here, baby. Scratch my back. I know you can do it. So, baby, get to it. Ah, you're working with it now. You got me feeling so good. Little bit to the center now, baby. This little girl sure knows how to scratch. Now you're doing a chicken scratch. Good, baby. Just go ahead and scratch it. That's what I'm talking about.
Went down to St. James Infirmary, and I heard my baby groan, and I felt so broken-hearted. She used to be my very own. I tried so hard from crying. My heart felt just like lead. She was all that I had to live for. Oh, I just wish it was me instead. She's gone, and may God bless her. Wherever she may be, she has searched this wide world over. Oh, but she never found a man like me. She's gone. She's gone. I was born by the river in a little tent. Like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know
too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh yes it is. Then I go to my brother. And I say, brother, help me please. But he wind up knocking me back down on the knee. Oh, there've been times that I thought I couldn't last for long. But now I think I'm able, Father, to carry on. And it's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it is, yes it is, yes it is. Said I know that a change is gonna come one day. I know a change gonna come. Yes, it is. I know. Said life can be hard. Oh, yeah. And times can get rough. But still, I know. Still, I know a change gonna come. Oh, 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 oh. It will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Oh, yeah. It will. It will. It will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it
You better think about what you're saying. You better think about the consequences of your actions.
Oh, shut up, woman.
You better think about what you're trying to do to me. Yeah, think. Let your mind go, let yourself be free. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go way on the back way. I didn't even know you couldn't have been too much more than 10. I ain't no psychiatrist, I ain't no doctor with degrees. It don't take too much IQ to see what you're doing to me. You better think about what you're trying to do to me. Think. Let your mind go, let yourself be free. Oh, freedom, 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 oh, freedom.
You've been listening to Relax Time Radio on Radio Thailand Chiang Mai.
Watch our live stream on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Hey, welcome back.
You better think, man.
You're still here listening to Relax Time Radio with me, Paul Sugars, and
DJ Nam. We're here until 9 p.m., so you got a good half hour left.
we had 4 requests there. That was
yes.
Baby Scratch My Back by Slim Harpo for Sue.
Yes, that was great.
St. James Infirmary by Bobby Bland for Steve.
For Steve as well. Okay, that was another request. Good, great.
Another request for Sue was A Change Is Gonna Come, Brian and Thomas Owens. Do you remember I was a bit mean and didn't play for that for you last week?
Yes.
I think I was.
I do. I didn't say anything, but I do.
Well,
remember
because I
feeling
just played it like the week
nasty.
before. But when it's a request from someone other than
From
in
someone
this
you
room,
care for, yes.
that's not fair.
That's-
You know I care for you. Totally unfair. However, there you go.
Mm.
A change is going to come.
A change is going to come. So
Brian
there you
Brian and Thomas Owen, and then
Yes.
the last song was a request by Lily, one of our Relax Time Radio
Yes.
DJ co-hosts.
Think
by
Aretha
the
Franklin.
incredible Aretha Franklin.
Yes, the super multi-talented
Amazing.
Aretha Franklin. You better think, boy.
So we're just gonna dig back into the music. Now we've got like
Nancy
way too
Wilson?
many songs.
Ooh,
What, do
well,
you want to
that's
hear?
good.
Do you want to
Go
hear this
for
one?
Nancy Wilson's nice.
I'm trying to pick the best of what we've got on the list, but it's hard to cut out things.
Well, why don't you start with Dusty Springfield then?
Oh yeah,
It's a
okay.
bit of-
I've got 2 Dusty Springfield. The one that you gave me, you mean? I've got
I gave you one, yes.
I've
I
got
don't know what you did
Spooky
with
though.
the other one.
Well, I might have
No.
ditched it.
I want the other one. I want the other one.
All right, okay, it's coming up. The other one's coming up.
It's coming up.
Where is it?
Must be in there. It's the first one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, there.
Okay. All right, so
Mm.
more music.
More music.
And if you'd
coming
like to
out.
have more music, you know
You
what-
don't have to
you
say
know what
you love me,
You know where to
that's
call. You can just
053-276-793.
our Facebook page, Relax Time
Facebook,
Radio.
YouTube live stream chat. You just go through there and send us something.
All right, so here's Dusty Springfield
Here's
with
Dusty
You Don't Have to
Springfield.
Say You
She
Love
had
Me.
an amazing voice.
She did.
A bit forgotten, but she was really amazing.
I don't forget
I haven't
Dusty
forgotten her.
Springfield.
No,
No
I
way.
mean,
All right,
son
here
of-
she is.
Maybe it's because you're the son of a preacher man. That's why. Here's Dusty. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
What's going on? Why is it not playing?
I don't know. It's about the first 10 seconds. Is rubbish. Yes.
We'll just keep talking until it comes
Yes.
up.
There we are.
When I said I needed you, you said you would always stay. It wasn't me who changed, but you. And now you've gone away. Don't you see that now you've gone, and I'm left here on my own, that I have to follow you and beg you to come home. You don't have to say you love me, just speak close at hand. You don't have to stay forever, I will understand. Believe me, I can't help but love you. But believe me, I'll never tie you down. Left alone with just a memory, life seems dead and so unreal. All that's left is loneliness. There's nothing left to feel. You don't have to say you love me, just speak close at hand. You don't have to stay forever,
Don't misunderstand. We are only strangers on our way to someone else, to some place we forgot. Don't mistake my smile. It just means I'm lonely. Love me till this day has passed, and then forget we met. We're just stealing time in some secret place, yielding to a soft wind to love the pain away. Don't misunderstand. You are no concern of mine, but in case you're free sometime and need some time with me, sometime to hold my hand, then I will understand. Don't misunderstand. You are no concern of mine, just in case you're free sometime and need some time with me sometime. You wanna hold my hand, then I will understand.
Ooh-wee, baby. Hey, baby. You know, I realize that I don't tell you just how much I appreciate you sometimes. Although I do think it and I do feel it. And since I do, I think right now would be a mighty good time to just stop right here and now and do this just for you. Yes, I do. I'm doing it for you, babe. You've been with me through the hardest times, and you kept my body, heart, and soul and mind together. You, yeah. And it's been us two against the world, and it ain't been easy, but we sure made it together, baby. Thanks to you, to you. Oh, and I just want to say, baby, get a chill, and I always will. Every time I think about every little thrill, I'm wanting you, touching you, holding you. You know I do. And oh yeah. And it may not be necessary, but ooh-wee, baby, I sure think that you're extraordinary. Thanks to you, thanks to you, baby. And thanks to you, baby. Every day you, I'm talking about you, yeah. Every day you're pretty special to me, baby. I'm talking about you. Yeah, you, baby. I'm talking about you now. Nobody but you. Oh, you, baby. I'm talking about you now. I'm doing it just for you. Every day you, yeah. I'm doing it for you, baby. I'm singing it just for you. You, baby. You, baby. For nobody but you. Every day you now. Yeah, you, baby.
You've been listening to Relax Time Radio on Radio Thailand Chiang Mai.
Watch our live stream on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Hi, welcome back.
Welcome back, welcome back.
We're
I
just
hope
here
you'll
to say hi
enjoy the music.
and
you know.
say
Just
tell you
say
what those
hi,
songs
say
were.
bye. Well, not yet. No, we're not going to say bye yet. No, not yet, not yet.
So that was Dusty Springfield with "You Don't Have to Say You Love Me."
Yes, and after that, Nancy Wilson.
Yeah, wasn't that a beautiful
Right?
song?
It's beautiful,
Don't
yes.
Misunderstand.
Don't misunderstand. We don't listen to Nancy Wilson enough. She's
Yeah.
really good.
True.
She's really good. I think she's still alive, right? Actually,
Oh, I don't know.
I think
I'll
she is.
check on that.
Nancy Wilson still alive. Let me check. What did we have after that?
The last song there was another Aretha Franklin song.
Another Aretha song.
1975.
You're in an Aretha kind of mood.
I am.
Right. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. American singer Nancy Sue Wilson. Oh no, she passed away last year on December 13th.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I thought she was still around. She passed away. That's unfortunate. Oh well.
81.
We all gotta go, I guess. She had a very long career, from the mid-1950s until her retirement in the early years of 2010. So 2012, 2013, which is not bad when she became ill and then she eventually passed away, which is unfortunate. Okay. So what else is coming up?
What else is coming up? We got some more songs that you sent to me.
Okay.
You Don't Own Me, Leslie Gore.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
one of
that's
yours,
great.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's great as well. Yeah,
All right.
Leslie Gore.
So let's just get back into
Leslie Gore,
it. We've got some Leslie Gore. We've got some Sarah Vaughan coming up. Dionne Warwick.
Dionne Warwick as well.
Some Ella Fitzgerald and
Ella
Louis
Fitzgerald
Armstrong.
as well. Please bring it all on.
All right. So just
Here we go.
we'll put you
Good
back into the music.
old-time jazz.
Keep enjoying.
You don't own me. I'm not just one of your many toys. You don't own me. Don't say I can't go with other boys. And don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to say. And please, when I go out with you,
take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I'll never lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of all of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see, no good without you? Take my lips, I'll never, never lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my own, so why not take all of me? Anyone who ever loved could look at me and know that I love you. Anyone who ever dreamed could look at me and know I dream of you. Knowing I love you so. Anyone who had a heart would take me in his arms and love me too. You couldn't really have a heart and hurt me like you hurt me and be so untrue. What am I to do? Every time you go away, I always say, well, this time it's goodbye, dear. Loving you the way I do, I take you back. Without you, I die, dear. Knowing I love you so. Anyone who had a heart would take me in his arms and love me too. You couldn't really have a heart and hurt me like you hurt me and be so untrue. What am I to do?
so. Anyone who had a heart would take me in his arms and love me too. You couldn't really have a heart and hurt me like you hurt me and be so true. Anyone who had a heart would love me too. Anyone who had a heart would surely take me in his arms and always love me. Why won't you? Anyone who had a heart would love me too. Yeah. Anyone who had a heart would surely take me in his arms and always love me. Why won't you? Yes. Anyone who had a heart would love me too. Anyone who had a heart would surely take me.
You've been listening to Relax Time Radio on Radio Thailand Chiang Mai.
Watch our live stream on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Hi, welcome back.
Welcome back to the final 15 minutes, less than actually, of the show. We had some amazing music again, in my opinion. So why don't you give us a little run over of what we had?
It was
It was
Leslie Gore with You Don't Own Me.
Leslie Gore with You Don't Own Me.
Then
right?
probably the most incredible version of All of Me I've ever heard by Sarah
by
Vaughan.
Sarah Vaughan. It was a really good version. She did something on the scat there, which I've never heard before.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
And finally, a beautiful song, Diane Warwick. Anyone who had a heart.
Dionne
Warwick.
Dionne Warwick. Who's related to? She's Whitney Houston's aunt. Did you know that?
No.
Cousin to Cissy Houston, who's Whitney's mum.
No, I missed
also
that.
very
somehow.
famous, by the way. We should play Cissy Houston if we can. You can
Sissy-
find recordings of Whitney's mother. And quite
Sissy
good.
Houston.
Cissy Houston,
You wanna- you wanna-
Cissy.
You want to play one now?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Uh,
Cissy Houston. You'll find something there. Just look it up and play something else in the meantime.
So I guess we've got like 10 minutes basically of music left.
Yeah.
We'd probably say goodbye at this point.
Yeah,
won't
we can say goodbye
'Cause,
indeed. Thank you,
time
everyone.
for a
Sue,
couple of,
Steve,
songs
other
left.
listeners, everyone who requested songs, Lily as well. Thank you for all the requests. And for other people listening in, tuning in, thank you.
Okay,
I
I
hope you
see. I
enjoyed
see
your
some
night.
songs here by Cissy Houston. So
Yeah,
we
there's
got
one there. Your song,
Yesterday,
I
Be My
think, might
Baby.
not
Yo-
be bad. Or
Your
you
song.
Can, yeah, or you can. I think that's a recording. That's probably why, because some of them, most of them will be live.
Okay.
Right.
So this one here
So
looks like a
perhaps-
recording.
So I think it's not bad. Is it too long though? I can't see. how long it is.
It's 5 minutes. 40.
No, that's all right. Why don't we go for that? Just open it now and see what it sounds like. I tend to do that while
okay.
we're talking through it.
All right,
and
let me
see.
just,
And if it's good,
see.
then we just fade out of it.
How do I
Oh,
open?
there's a commercial.
Oh.
Look.
What, you mean just put it on this thing here? Let me.
Yeah, but just
bear with
open your
us.
computer at the same time as your microphone. It works fine.
Okay.
You've
let's
never
see what's
done that,
going
right?
on. No, I haven't.
Yeah, just open the computer at the same
well,
time.
it's playing, but I don't hear anything. Let's just see.
Maybe it's coming. Maybe you didn't open your volume, my friend.
Well.
There we are. Yeah, you have to slide the
That
buttons
sounds
as
okay.
well, right?
Your
Yeah,
song.
sure. Yeah. Let's go for it. Let's do that.
All right.
So, Cissy Houston with your song.
Okay, so.
Bye-bye,
yeah,
everyone.
We'll leave you. Thank you so much for listening. Tomorrow will be. Who's here tomorrow? You're here tomorrow.
Me. I'm
Okay.
here all by myself. You want to come?
Maybe.
Maybe. If you're free, just walk in. If not, I'll do it by myself. That's
Okay.
it.
All
Bye.
right. Then we'll leave you with Cissy Houston and probably one more song.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have something in the back of that. Maybe a bit of Ella Fitzgerald with Louis Armstrong. I think I saw that lined up there. So.
Have a good week, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye. Have a good week. Yeah, but that's Louis Armstrong, right? You gonna do that
That's true.
first?
All right, we'll do this first.
Okay, fine.
Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Just hold me tight and tell me you miss me while I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me.
Stars fading, but I linger on, dear.
Oh, how you linger on.
Still craving your kiss.
How you crave my kiss.
Now I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this.
Give me a little kiss, sweet dreams, till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
Buzz, 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 stars fading, but I linger on, dear. Still craving your kiss. Yeah, I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this. Sweet dreams, dreaming
till sunbeams find you. Keep dreaming.
Gotta keep dreaming.
Leave the worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, you've gotta make me a promise. Promise to me you'll dream. Dream a little dream of me.
You've been listening to Relax Time Radio on Radio Thailand Chiang Mai.
Watch our live stream on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
สถานีวิทยุกระจายเสียงแห่งประเทศไทยและเครือข่ายทั่วประเทศเสนอข่าวต้นชั่วโมงรู้เร็วรู้จริงเกาะติดทุกสถานการณ์